Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Reverse Hive Mind. I'm your pal Sutherland, and today we're playing Lost Judgment, Saori edition. We're gonna wander around as Saori-san, see what we can find out in Kamurocho,
You don't
apparently.
mean you're going straight to Arcade for some answers?
What else would I be doing? I need to know why they were looking for Kawhi.
Then I'm coming with. I can't just let you do that alone.
Don't worry, it's still light out, and I plan on staying in the open. Besides, if I'm alone, they'll be more eager to talk.
That may be, but still. I'll just call you about every 10 minutes then. For your safety.
I find that rather unnecessary.
You sure?
Glad I went back and checked. That's some great interaction between her and Hoshino. See what Genda has to say. About to go. Okay, seriously? How the hell am I supposed to talk to Genda if there's 50 freaking desks in the way? It's like that little speech bubble is just there taunting me. Fine, I'll leave. Okay, seriously, it's bothering me.
If you're
There
going
we
out
go.
alone, keep your wits about you and get back safe.
There we go. Good old grumpy Gus Genda. First, I'll need to find some arcane members. Unlike Yakuza, they're hard to identify by appearance alone. But no worries, in times like these, it's good to know the owner of Tender. He's well connected. Oh, this is Bartender. Which I'm like, bartender. The first place Yagami-san worked at when he arrived in this city. The owner, Joe Masuda, always has his ear to the ground. I'm sure I could ask him where I might find some arcane members. Or meet some, I guess, technically. Yeah, Yagami's favorite hangout. Oh, it's the same
Hello.
old,
Is that Saori-chan I see? To what do I owe this pleasure?
Nice to see you too.
Oh, hi. Say, aren't you one of Talk's lawyer friends? Does that mean he's on his way too?
It's just me today.
Fine by me. That means you and I get some girl talk time.
Aw, that stings, Mari. And here I thought I had a place in your heart.
Well, no one knows a lady's heart like a bartender. I guess you can stay.
the two of them can sure keep it up. The two of them sure can keep up with each other. But if I'm gonna ask questions, I better order a drink.
Let's see.
All these bottles got you feeling lost? Care for a few pours from Tox? It'll be our secret. Besides, a man with his tab can't complain.
You're too kind. So I'm actually here to ask you, how can I set up a meeting with RK?
Darn. So this wasn't a pleasure call? Well, I'm glad you're at least enjoying the drink.
True. And looking fancy doing it.
Oh please, you two are going to embarrass me.
My apologies. I suppose being surrounded by such beauties has a timeless appeal, even at my age.
I'll second that. Masuda here is looking at least a year younger.
Was that supposed to be a compliment?
Of course. If you got any younger, you'd be much too handsome. What's a girl to say?
And I'll second that.
Oh no, this isn't good. I'm getting so relaxed I might forget about work.
Anyhow, if you're after an RK rendezvous, the good news is those guys are everywhere. But it's not like a civilian can just stroll up and ask, "Hey, are you RK?" and expect to get an answer.
You got that right. And Saori-chan needs to ask them something that's kind of sensitive. Oh, that's certainly going to make things challenging.
Just a bit, yeah.
So I say, why not let the boys do the chasing? Wouldn't be hard for an enchantress like you. But honey, we need to do something about your look. Some nice clothes and a little makeup, and you'd be unstoppable.
Finally, my turn to second something.
I suppose I would need to look approachable.
Doc told me once that if you ever felt like it, Saori-chan, you could put every hostess in Kamurocho to shame. I've gotta admit, I'm curious.
Well, a good hawk hides her talons.
You're saying I should dress like a hostess for this?
Well, I'm sure there are other ways. But if you want a foolproof plan to snag an RK, you've got one.
Oh, if you want, I can get you some looks, and you can choose what you like.
I get the message. And I suppose I'll take you up on that.
Okay, then leave the rest to me.
Hey, it's a little throwback to the hostess side story from, or the hostess portion of the game from the original Judgment. So we'll get to choose something for Saori. Jeez. Shoulder pad suit and go 80s. Chinese dress. Legend Pure. It's Yuki. That's Yuki's dress from Yakuza 0. Let's see. Bodycon dress. Blah blah blah. Kind of like this one. And really, can you go wrong with a red dress? Check out the hairstyle. Scruffy. Yeah. It's Saori's kind of the like normal you know, you take a girl, you put glasses on her hair, and you put her hair in a ponytail, and she's the Hollywood version of not attractive, but you know, put the hair down, whip out the glasses, suddenly she's hot. Yeah. Kind of the same thing. So I say, let's go with medium. Do something derp like blonde, but I think black is just fine. Standard eyebrows. Puff up the lashes a little bit. The jazz music is alright, but really the hostess music from who's at Yakuza 0 is the best one. Oh, we can change her eye color. Yeah, bright blue. Why not? Oh, blushy cheeks. Bright red lipstick. Some red nails. Give her a tiara because why not? Do the frameless glasses. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that. Cool, I think we're good.
Oh, well, would you look at that? Doc was right on the money. I couldn't have imagined.
You sure about that, Mari-san? I hardly feel comfortable wearing this in front of you.
What are you saying? You're so pretty.
I wouldn't say so.
Really? You're dynamite.
Oh, sorry.
Though, there is one thing that's missing.
What's that?
Pride. That's the final touch you need. Pride in your own beauty.
Well, I'm not sure I have that.
Then how about your pride as a lawyer? You have that, don't you?
As a lawyer?
Yes, there it is. Go ahead and take a look.
Confidence is key.
Now that's the face of the girl who gets the man she wants.
It's been a while since I've felt this way. I have you to thank for that.
These bad boys won't know what hit them. Now, let's go dangle the bait.
You mean us, right?
You bet. Two nightlife girls like us alone on the street literally brings the RK boys running. Especially along Senryo Avenue. Why don't we take a walk?
Are you sure? I don't want to drag you into this.
Are you kidding? And miss the chance to see this makeover in action? But really, I want you to succeed. I promise I won't be a bother.
Time to walk down Senryo Avenue. If any RK guys approach us, we'll reel them in. Then I can ask them about Shin and Kawaii and see what they've found out so far. Yeah, that ought to be like fishing with dynamite, or perhaps a hand grenade. Just tuck it in and kaboom! Send a ton of fish right up to the top. Alright, so it looks like we just gotta start walking this way and see who pops out of the woodwork. So they did this again, or they did this in the last Judgment, where Saori had to dress up as a hostess, and of course, you know, it's the whole trope. She's all scruffy and doesn't look good, and then of course the second she like puts half-assed effort into dolling herself up, suddenly she's fine as hell.
Excuse me, ladies. You, get lost on the way to the beauty pageant?
We're already out for a drink. Maybe heading to work somewhere
Lost
in
the
town.
beauty pageant. Wow.
Oh,
It's like a
we're
2 out of
just
10
two
line.
girls bar hopping by our lonesome. Isn't that right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, in that case, why don't you roll with us? I know a great place. You could drink all you want.
Wow, you guys loaded or something? We can throw them back, you know. You sure?
Hell yeah! There's a place my buddy runs. He'll be thrilled to see some ladies like you.
If they're arcade, then it might be good to take them up on the offer, but how can I know for sure? I want to get wild
You
tonight.
know, I think you guys may have caught me at the perfect time. What I'm saying is, tonight, I want to take a trip on the wild side.
Oh, yeah? Talk to me, baby.
There's this guy in my life, a real choir boy. And being with him's got me feeling so repressed. Now I know I should behave like a good girl. But I figure I owe it to myself to cut loose every now and again.
Oh, you never told me that, Saori-chan.
Damn, girl! I'll get loose with you!
Yeah! Let's get drunk and dirty.
Thing is, we all know the biggest party people in town are RK. I heard they can really spice things up, you know?
But Saori-chan, why limit yourself to RK? I think these boys are plenty attractive.
I'm starting to think we were meant for each other.
Oh? What makes you say that?
Wait, don't tell me you're...
Not supposed to be blurting it out, but yeah. We're RK. And pretty high up, too.
Shoot. RK wouldn't be what it is now without us. Never thought it'd get this big either.
That's what he said. Looks like this went well. I knew they had to be with RK. Saori was really leaning into the, oh, I'm with an innocent boy. Yeah, she's really landed on thick. I'm surprised these guys fell for it. Now all I have to do is ask them about Shinya Kawai. Why were they looking for him?
RK has Kamurocho pretty much wrapped around its finger now, huh?
Just about. The time of the Yakuza laying down the law is over. All that respect and chivalry shit. Dead, like all the old legends. Now the underground world is a jungle. And winning the fight's all that matters.
Wow, must be hard. But I think that's hot.
That reminds me. Weren't you RK guys looking for someone recently? A man who disappeared a few years ago?
Oh yeah, him. We were looking for this dude who ran a girls' bar.
See? I knew you guys would know what that's about.
Oh well. 5 years ago, he suddenly disappeared. That's not even news in Kamurocho.
That's so crazy, though. What happened to him? You ever end up finding the guy?
Nah, didn't work out. No surprise, he was just a punk anyway. Name was Kawai. Way I heard it, some of his old friends rolled up on him one night. My guess is, it was trouble from another town catching up to him. Anyway, they argue for a bit, and it ends with the guy getting shoved into a van. And that's the last time anyone saw the dude.
Whoa, what do you think happened?
I'm thinking they bumped him off. If he was still breathing, he'd be back by now. I heard he never even picked up his final paycheck. My guess, he's fish food now. Or they buried him on some remote-ass mountain.
You have any idea who would have done that to him?
Don't know. They say it was 10 or so people. Young, both men and women. Doesn't sound like a gang thing. But who knows, right? It was 5 years ago.
A group of civilians shoved Kawai into a van? And they were old acquaintances? Yeah, probably his former classmates. People who were friends of the guy he bullied. Yeah, I know. I'm also jumping to conclusions and theory crafting out loud.
But if you heard all that, there must have been witnesses, right? So you're saying someone actually saw him get shoved in a van?
Yep. Some chick working at his bar saw it all go down. At least that's what we heard from a guy who heard it from that chick.
Where is this bar anyway?
You mean some random dive bar half a decade ago? Who the hell knows? 100 places have sprung up and gone under since.
But then, why would anyone be looking for Shinya Kawai now? Did someone ask RK to find him? Think that's right?
Hell if I know. It's a question for the top of the food chain. But hold on a sec. Can I ask you something?
Huh?
Just a minute ago, you mentioned a Shinya Kawai. How'd you know his full name when we never told you?
Oh shit!
You're only talking to us because you wanted dirt on Kawai. So who the hell are you?
What do you think you're doing?
Who sent you?
I'm Saori Shirosaki, attorney at law. Unhand me this instant.
Oh, you're gonna sue? You think I give a crap about what your job is?
I'm saying things will go very badly for you if you keep this up.
Big talk for a chick dressed to the nines to get info. Huh? Saori-chan?
Yeah. You even try to fuck with us, lady!
Saori-chan!
Huh? What the?
Beat it.
Oh snap!
Higashi-san!
Higashi! Let's go!
I swear, these jerks are popping up like roaches. No thanks needed. Just be careful on your own, especially when you're beautiful.
Thank you so much, Higashi-san.
I just said you don't... Wait, how'd you know my name?
It's me, Shirosaki, from Genda Law Office. It's been a while.
Holy shit! No way!
I didn't realize. Shirosaki-sensei. I didn't recognize you. You look incredible.
Wow.
You're the one who is incredible. This is all my fault. I was the one who put Mari-san in danger. You really saved us.
Young, strong, handsome. That's 3 out of 3 for me.
Those guys were RK. Town's practically overrun with them these days.
Toru Higashi-san, former Matsugane family member of the Tojo clan. He's like a brother to Kaito-san, and he knows Yagami-san too. Yeah, he's a useful ally in the last game. I was excited when I saw that hand. I was pretty sure it was going to be Higashi. I think it's hilarious that he jumped in just because he thought Saori was hot. And had no idea who she actually was when he saved her. That's pretty funny. He runs his arcade full time now, but apparently he still keeps up with Yakuza fashion trends. Hey, you know, you can take a guy out of the Yakuza, but you can't take the Yakuza out of the guy. Pretty sure Kiryu, he like retires multiple times from being a Yakuza, and he still ends up wearing the same damn fashions. Though honestly, the Hawaiian shirt from Yakuza 3 was his best one.
If you'd like, I can escort you somewhere safe. I got nothing but time on my hands.
Oh, you don't say. Perfect. Who says we can't still salvage some fun out of tonight?
Oh, before we do that, let me call Yagami-san.
Shinya Kawai was a bully 13 years ago. He vanished from Kamurocho when he was abducted by a group in a van. Seems like they're all people he knew, and it's possible they were his classmates from Kurikawa Academy.
Yagami's still a jackass, I see. When Shirosaki-sensei calls, you pick up in 2 rings.
Ah.
It is strange that he's not picking up. I'll try again.
Suspicious.
Wait, he was killed?
Uh-huh. Kinda gives me deja vu now that I think about it. Here you have Kawai and Mikoshiba, 2 known school bullies, and they both end up murder victims?
That could be for a number of reasons. It's not rare for people to disappear in Kamurocho. Usually the trouble is money or women. Maybe that was the case for Kawai.
Could be.
Okay, we'll investigate Kawai a bit more on our end. With RK asking around, word on the street will be loud enough to hear.
Alright, thanks.
Now I guess I wait for Sawa-sensei. Still a lot of time before the faculty meeting ends. Huh? It's a message from Amasawa. Oh lord. Yagami-san, one of my underclassmen wants to talk to you. Could you come to the club room again after class if it's not too much trouble? No problem. Amasawa wants to talk about her underclassmen? I've got time, so I might as well go see what that's all about. Oh yeah, there's some new jobs over at Tsukumo's office too. It's still a bit before the faculty meeting ends. I should kill time elsewhere. So I am gonna run back inside the high school and see if the photography club has unlocked, because it looks like we're 1 mission away from completing it. So apparently... Oh, okay. So MRC has that going on. Doesn't look like I can go to photography club room and do anything. So whatever, we'll go to the MRC. Might as well. It is moderately annoying that I have to do certain things in certain orders. I can't just clear like the photography club, because it's like I just want to get that one over with.
Yagami-san.
Yagami-san, thank you for coming.
Amasawa.
Hey Amasawa, what is it you wanted to ask me? Well, it's a rather long story. Is this a good time? Let's hear what she has to say. Oh wow, okay. Why not? Let me see how much time we got in the episode. 8 minutes or so? Yeah, that's fine. We'll help her out.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure thing. After all, I am the MRC's outside counselor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So this is about my classmate. Actually, I should go get him now. Be right back.
よろしく。
Ah, nice to meet you. I'm Hisayoshi Shimada, a second year. I'm Yagami, the MRC's advisor. Nice to meet you. Yoroshiku. That's about all the
Hey.
Japanese I know. So, what exactly do you need help with? Well, Yagami-san, do you believe in things like curses?
What was that?
I'm sorry, what?
Well,
Just a preface. This case is going to sound either mysterious or ridiculous, depending on your answer.
So,
I know it's going to sound crazy, but please, you have to believe me. Just tell me what's going on first, then we'll see how it ranks with all the crazy things I heard. Dun dun dun. So,
Hey.
I'll ask about the job. Would you mind starting us off, Shimada-kun? So, it's about this lucky cat I have at home. A lucky cat? You mean one of those statues of a cat waving its paw? Or like an actual cat?
yes.
The former, yes. They're said to bring good fortune, so you can spot them in all sorts of businesses. There are quite a few kinds. Most of them are said to bring good luck, but black lucky cats are supposed to ward off bad luck in particular.
Oh,
Huh, didn't know they got that specific. The thing is, my lucky cat doesn't do any of that. It doesn't bring money or good luck. It just attracts tragedies. Tragedies? Here, this is it. Looks pretty beat up. Did you try cleaning him up? Looks pretty old. My dad bought it from an antique dealer friend of his. Usually they're really expensive, especially the pre-war ones like this. But my dad's friend warned him at the time. This cat brings more bad luck than good. Yeesh. So why'd your dad buy the thing if it's supposed to be cursed? He collects all sorts of rarities, especially the stuff with interesting stories. He goes nuts for those. Sounds like an interesting guy. But yeah, lucky cat that brings more bad luck than good. I admit, that's an intriguing hook. And, Yagami-san, the curse, or whatever it is, evidence is starting to pile up, making it seem real.
Well,
Ever since acquiring that statue, the Shimadas have been through one ordeal after another.
what was that?
Like what? Like, some pretty serious stuff. My dad got a really high fever all of a sudden, and it was touch and go for a bit. Our house caught on fire, too. Wow, potential arson and serious illness. You weren't kidding. That's scary stuff. And my grades keep slipping ever since Dad bought the thing. I never dropped below 10th place before this. Is that really the statue's fault, though? Well, you sure can't blame me for the ghost. One woke my dad up in the middle of the night, standing right there next to his bed.
Huh?
Ghosted? He was dressed like an old-timey soldier and totally pale. Just stood there like he was at attention. But he kept moaning, "Give me back my cat." My dad thought he was dreaming, so he rolled over and went back to sleep.
Does that mean...
So was it just a dream?
yeah.
I don't know, but the next day, that's when he started feeling awful. It's like he'd been cursed or something.
I see.
I see. Well, that would be unsettling, even if it wasn't just a string of coincidences. My dad's still not out of the woods now that he's healthy, either. He almost got run over by a car a couple days ago. It's still going on? This isn't really sounding like coincidence anymore, but I don't know what it could be. At this point, it's probably safe to consider further misfortune inevitable. That may help us determine the cause before any irreversible damage is done. I'm telling you, it's the cat. Huh.
Excuse me.
So here's a question. If you're also creeped out by it, why don't you just throw it out? It's my dad. He refuses to get rid of it. He says the previous owner was this famous author who met his demise because of the statue.
What?
So the statue was cursed even back then? Yeah. My dad said the guy died when he hit his head on it.
Are you serious?
Oof. That is quite the story. Apparently his whole fan base is obsessed with the statue. That's why it's considered really valuable, despite the curse. Aha! Now we got a possible angle. Who's the author, by the way? Well, Kitan Amasawa. He was a mystery novelist, and my grandfather.
Huh?
What? Your grandfather? Oh. And you said hitting his head on the statue. So, this was the actual cat that,
Yes.
well, only if this is truly the exact same statue my grandfather owned.
Hmm?
So you don't know if this is actually the same one.
Well,
Well, my grandfather has been missing ever since he passed away about 7 years now. Shortly after he died, my grandmother pawned it off. She always thought it was rather creepy.
I see.
I see. Can you tell from this picture if it's the same one as your grandfather's? It's hard to tell from just a photo. This is also 7 years ago. I see. But I do remember that cat was cursed even back then. My grandfather was somewhat of a rarities collector himself. Of course, he jumped at the chance of owning a one-of-a-kind unlucky cat. Kitan Amasawa was famous for his somewhat bizarre tales of mystery. I can definitely imagine him wanting a statue like this. My grandfather was quite taken with it. He bragged about it quite a bit when I was little. But I'm sure he never imagined his life ending because of his unlucky cat. A lucky cat took the life of Amasama's grandfather 7 years ago, and now it's back, wreaking havoc for another family. Yagami-san, I'm not one to believe in the supernatural. All mysteries must be approached rationally, no matter how unusually they present themselves. That's what I firmly believe. Because logic is always found at the true core of any mystery. Right.
that being said,
But that's also why my grandfather's unexplained death has stuck with me for the past 7 years. I assume the police ruled it was accidental, right? If that's the case, it kind of sounds pretty explained. No, actually. On the night my grandfather passed away, I also experienced a strange event. One that has no rational explanation, and could only be considered a supernatural phenomenon. Phenomenon.
What?
Really? What happened? I'm sorry. I'm not sure how to explain it. Let's just focus on finding out if this is actually the same cat or not first.
Gotcha.
Sure, we can do that. Rare for Amasawa to not have the words. But this could be the actual statue that took her grandfather's life. I can see why it would be so tough to talk about. Yagami-san, I am getting to the bottom of this case, one way or the other. Or another. If something's causing all the tragedies around this cat, there's a good chance more will occur. I don't want anything as awful as what happened to my grandfather to happen to anyone in the Shimada family. Makes sense to me. After all, you're all about preventing incidents before they take place.
yes.
Right. And not only that. This case is personal. Amasawa.
Yagami-san.
So, Yagami-san, would you please help me get to the bottom of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. MRC advisors got your back.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Well, to start with the investigation, first things first, I'd like to see the statue in person.
Yes.
Good idea. Shimada-kun, do you think your father would mind showing it to us?
So,
Oh yeah, I bet he'd be over the moon to have one of Kitan Amasawa's descendants confirm his statue's the real deal. I'll give him a call now. He says yeah, he'd love to meet you guys, in fact. Good to hear. Where should we meet him? I asked him to meet us at a cafe near the station, Plag. It'll be faster than getting him signed in at the school's reception and everything. Is that okay? Yes, that's fine. I would have felt bad asking him to come all the way here anyway. Well, I'll make my way to the cafe now. Let's meet out front.
Yagami-san.
See you soon, Yagami-san. Okay.
Oh, we're off then?
Oh, is she following me? Apparently she is. Hope you like running, Amasawa.
That way?
Oh, it's gonna get annoying. That way? Anyway, it'll be interesting to see what happens with this in Lucky Cat. It could be obsessed members of the fan club who want to get their hands on it, and they're trying to take out the dad.
Would you say that you tail people often?
I mean, it's a big part of the job.
Do you have any tips for avoiding the target's suspicion? I tend to get made fairly quickly when tailing.
What's an average high schooler tailing people for anyway?
I just can't help myself when I pick up a lead.
Kinda dangerous when you don't know your target, don't you think?
But in the end, isn't it worth it if I can prevent an incident?
No. Not if it's something that puts your own life at risk.
I somehow hadn't considered that. I'm coming with you!
I somehow hadn't considered that. Very nice. Okay, so Plaza's down there. So I'm a car, beep beep. Apparently I can't use my skateboard right now. Whatever. Hope you like running Amasawa, because I'm not gonna slow down for you. Unless we have another conversation. That was kind of funny. Like, I always get made when I tail people. It's like, why are you tailing people? You're a high school student. Anyway.
I had no idea you had such a famous grandfather.
Are you surprised?
No. If anything, it's obvious that you're his granddaughter.
Well, now I'm feeling the pressure.
As a descendant of Kitan Amasawa, you should become the kind of detective that make him proud.
For that to be possible, I need to take on as many cases as possible to hone my instincts.
But what if you blundered into a case and ended up making a fool of yourself? Would that make Grandpa proud?
The more I hold back, though, the more curious I get. Once I've caught a whiff of a mystery, the Amasawa blood in me starts pumping.
It's quite a burden you wound up inheriting.
Of course, you know, the Amasawa side case for the family heirloom. This time it's personal. Anyway, might as well fight these guys.
Wait for me, please!
I need to...
Well. Oh, okay. You want to do that? We'll throw your Happy Meal ass. Excuse me, sir. This is a Wendy's. Okay.
Really, guys?
Took out all three of them with the different skills. Yep. 560. Pretty good. I'll take it. Order a smile burger. Or, I'm sorry, wet kitchen. So we'll go get ourselves a wet burger.
Starving. I'm starting to feel it. Pretty tasty. Thanks.
And get our Find Treasure Plus. And away we go. Just apparently we're just gonna shove Amasawa out of the way there. Find a dropped item. That dude over there looks like he's looking for some.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, I think you dropped this. Ah, my watch, thank you. I'm pawning this to spend on horse racing. Going for those fat stacks. No, you do you, bud. You do you. Even if that's a terrible idea. Anyway. Sacred Rot. Interesting. Anyway. We'll go to a plage, which... It's been a minute since we've been here. Oh, Yagami-san. Amasawa-senpai. Ah, you're Kitan Amasawa-sensei's grandchild, right?
It's a pleasure.
Yes, nice to meet you. I'm Kyoko Amasawa.
Domo.
Shimada. Mikio Shimada. My son's told me about you. Thank you for being such a good senpai to him. I must say, I'm surprised seeing you for the first time. You definitely have Amasawa blood in you. You're like a heroine ripped straight from his novels. I can already tell you're not just a nice face. You're smart as a whip too, aren't you?
Huh?
Oh, really? Come on, Dad, cut it out. Oh, my apologies. And, who's this with you?
It's Yagami.
I'm Takayuki Yagami, outside counselor for the Mystery Research Club. I'm primarily a detective in Kamurocho. Oh ho, a genuine detective. This is just getting better. The seasoned private eye trawling the seedy underbelly of the city with his wunderkind-teeth sidekick. Man, I already want to buy the whole series. Really sorry about my dad. Let's head inside, huh? I mean, are you really a teenager if your dad isn't embarrassing you? Come on now. So for the mystery at hand, may we see the unlucky cat statue?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Here. So this is it. I brought it to a taping of that TV appraisal show a few days ago. They couldn't determine whether or not it belonged to Kitan Amasawa, though. But if it turns out to be the real deal, it's supposed to be worth 2 million yen.
Huh?
What? 2 million yen?
Yeah.
I mean, considering its legacy, it's basically the holy grail to his fan base. But still, 2 million?
Amasawa.
Do you think you could tell if it's actually your grandfather's Amasawa? Please, feel free to inspect it. In that case, allow me. Why do I have a feeling it's obsessed fans trying to take out the guy to get this? Oh, this deep red stain.
No way.
Is that from when your grandfather... no. It's from when I splashed ketchup on it. When I was little.
What?
Ketchup? Yeah, I'd been eating a hot dog in his study. I got ketchup all over the room. Well, eating may not be accurate. More like swinging it around like a sword. I was really into this historical drama at the time. My grandfather and I watched it together.
Nah.
Sounds like you were quite a little hellion as a kid.
That being said...
But this stain, I don't know if anything else could make it clear to me that this is my grandfather's statue. Woohoo, I knew it!
Yeah.
We can get millions for this? Seriously? Wow, talk about the score of a lifetime.
Excuse me.
Sorry if this question comes across as a bit strange, sir, but I must ask. Does this statue ever make noise? Maybe like a meow? Huh? Does my cat statue meow? What makes you ask? Well, the thing is, on the night my grandfather died 7 years ago, I heard it. This cat, it meowed at me. Are you serious? Amasawa, is this the supernatural phenomenon you referred to before?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey.
Could you give us some more details? Sorry, I know this must be hard. No, I understand. We have to do it for the case. This is the first time I've ever seen Amasawa like this.
Amasawa.
You said your grandfather's death was ruled an accident. Was there even a slight chance it was actually a crime?
Yes.
The police came and checked the scene, but they said they couldn't find anything suspicious. Besides, it happened in a locked room. Not only was the door of the study inaccessible, but the crescent locks on all the windows were still secure. A locked room, death, and a cursed statue. This is sounding more and more like one of Kitana Amasawa's books. What's a crescent lock? They're the most common kind of window lock in homes, for a reason. They get the job done. I doubt the windows were a point of entry for anyone that night. Oh, okay. Since the police didn't see any signs of a break-in, or even a struggle, they really had no recourse but to rule the death an accident. So it's doubtful this was a burglary gone wrong. Afterwards, the unlucky cat creeped out the whole family enough that my grandmother pawned it off. Unsurprisingly, the family lost track of the statue after that, so I never expected to see it again like this.
Amasawa.
So you're saying you definitely heard the meow of a cat on the night your grandfather died?
Yes.
Yes, I have no doubt. I believe it was around 1:30 in the morning. I woke up in the middle of the night to get a glass of water and passed by my grandfather's study. That was when I heard a meowing sound coming from the room. Did your grandparents have a pet cat? Or maybe it was a stray outside the window?
No.
No, they didn't have any cats, and I definitely would have known if a stray had gotten in. With Ronpo in the yard, no cats could have gotten by without him barking up a storm. And I distinctly remember the sound being loud enough to come from the room, not outside the house.
Seriously?
Creepy.
Well,
What's even creepier is, I can remember my grandfather telling me more than once. When that cat cries, misfortune comes calling.
What was that?
What? I was given strict orders to never even approach the study if I heard a cat meowing in there. That's why, once I heard that cat, I ran back to my room and hid, terrified. And the next day, my grandfather was... That must have been so hard. If I'd just been brave enough to go in the room instead of running, maybe I could have prevented my grandfather from dying.
Hey.
7 years ago, you were only about 11, right? Don't blame yourself for being scared. A truly artful detective can solve incidents before they even occur. I wonder if her grandfather's own incident has anything to do with Amasawa taking that saying so seriously. I would say yes. It's what you might call a formative moment. Shimada-san, thank you for going out of your way to help us today. Oh no, it's my pleasure. Did you find any clues? Maybe even a lead now? Unfortunately, I'm not so sure. What was that? Look out! So a piece of scaffolding? What the? Ah, are you okay? I'm so sorry. I guess it wasn't secured all the way.
it can't be.
Was that the unlucky cat?
Unbelievable.
No way. Dad, please, what's it gonna take for you to get rid of the statue? Even I'm starting to get freaked out by this. Well, we should get home. Thanks again for today.
Excuse me.
Actually, sir. Yes?
Please and thank you.
Would you mind leaving the statue with us for a while? What? Leave it with you?
Yes.
Yes, until we can debunk the curse. But aren't you worried? This curse is starting to look pretty real deal to me. My grandfather once said, curses only blight their believers. Did he now? I mean, it didn't work out too good for him, I would say. Yes. He also said you must never succumb to the marvel of a mystery. You must keep your wits about you. Despite my age, he imparted his philosophy of mystery solving before me to his death, and I hold the truths he shared with me in the highest regard. As Kitan Amasawa's grandchild, I cannot back down to these strange events and turn away from a genuine mystery. I refuse to believe in this curse. Therefore, it will have no effect on my pursuit of the truth. But still, not only that, this is a mystery that needs solving by an Amasawa. Oh, Amasawa-san. When I heard that meow 7 years ago, I ran from the truth, and the result was absolutely horrible. I'll never make the same mistake again. Okay. If that's the case, I'll leave it with you. Please find a way to break the curse before something bad happens again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Excuse me.
By the way, I heard that you bought the statue from a friend who runs a second-hand shop. Which one would that be? Ibisu Pawn in Ijincho. Ibisu Pawn, got it. I'll go speak with him now. Thanks again. Amasawa is really into this case. Guess I shouldn't be so surprised, considering... Well, I should step up my advising efforts for her on this one. Alright, that was an extra long episode for you today. In the next one, we'll continue on the case of the curse of the Amasawa family heirloom. See you in the next one.